Yes, that's true. It's Monday again. Monday, early. Well, I got up at 6 a.m. That's not as early as I used to get up. But when you're working at home, you got the luxury of staying in bed a little longer. It's a little harder to get out of bed. When I used to go over to the commercial location, sometimes I'd get up at 4 or 5 or even midnight and go pack orders and come back and sleep. I'm still a little sleepy, but I have my coffee and we're getting the downstairs area prepped for orders. We've got a bunch of them this morning today on The Crazy Picker Life with Wheeler, Dealer, and Banana Peeler. Yes, Banana Peeler. Welcome, fellow pickers and would-be adventurers. Dealer and Banana Peeler. Crazy Picker Life. Monday morning edition. We're gonna get started. I've got a stack of orders there for you.
Yep.
I think we've got like 32 or 3 total with all channels popping. I know we've got over 20 here for Banana Peeler to start on. I've got a few things to clear out of his way here. We've got some lenses that Wheeler listed over the weekend. I almost forgot we haven't listed lenses for a while. We take those and run those through the freezer. We freeze them and then thaw them and then sell them. But if you don't know how to do that, you probably do want to get over to Wheeler's channel. We put them in Ziploc bags, make sure they're completely sealed, and then we freeze them and then we thaw them. You don't want to just throw them in there and get them all wet. And I got some other things to move around. It looks like we've got a tote of listed stuff over there again I'll have to put away, and we've got some things I need to bag up with Wheeler. Got this big box over here I'm going to work on later. Switching stuff around is one of those things we have to do daily. I need to get Kate some items out. Monday morning starts early and we'll just get at it. So Banana Peeler's laid out these orders. Today we have, I don't know, a bunch of them laid out here, but we have, I would say, an overwhelming number of foreign going orders, like 9 or 10 orders going to foreign lands. What are some of the things we have to do with the foreign orders that are different?
Put them in a different box.
Yeah, we typically have eBay boxes right here. The eBay branded boxes we're out of. We ship all foreign orders in standard boxes with no eBay markings, just because we sort of feel that the eBay stuff would get ripped off a little bit. Sneak through there, Wheeler. The branding tends to attract attention, especially like, not to name any countries out, but South America, India, some of the countries that things that look expensive or attractive to people that might rip it off, we just try to take that out of the equation. We haven't had too much trouble in Europe or Asia or anything like that, Australia. What else? We have address length problems. Some of the addresses in different countries are crazy lengths, and so we have to fit those to our label somehow.
Yep, and we've got to stick their phone number in there.
That's right. So we put the phone number, when it's listed, we put that where?
Right by the name.
Yeah, we cut and paste it with a couple spaces right up by their name. And since we've started doing that, I don't have statistics on it, but I think we have a noticeably less number of items coming back, bouncing back.
Yep. When
the order sits there for a couple days, or if somebody calls in, they can use it as a verification. But it seems like maybe we've cut that in half since we started doing that a year or so ago.
Yep.
What else?
That's about it.
Yeah, so we look at different values on it and things like that. I mean, we also pack things a little more carefully maybe, and we verify every order before it goes out, but we really have to, especially on the expensive items, we have to verify we're sending the right thing, right? Because when you're spending money I'll let you get to it here. When you're spending money on shipping, which really the person that orders the item from another country spends the money, but if something goes wrong, you're on the hook for $20 to even up to $90 shipping sometimes, and that can get really crazy expensive if it goes both ways. So there's some things that can happen there. We have packaging requests. Some people are really concerned about getting their items safely overseas. They've had things crushed. What else do we have? I don't know, but I think we have 9 or 10 international orders, which is a little higher percentage-wise than normal. And strangely, those things go in cycles. We just had the end of a month, first of the month happen. I don't know if that has anything to do with it. All right, I'll have Banana Peeler lay all these things out, and then before he starts packing, we'll just take a look at them. All right, so we got all the items here except one. Quite a variance of different camera stuff. What do you got there? Just a lens?
Yeah.
Roll it off there, dude.
Yeah.
Not a good idea to put a rolling lens right on there, right? Always put it this way. That way if it rolls, at least it's on your countertop.
Yeah.
Here. Okay, so all kinds of different cameras and lens caps of different sorts. Bellows we just listed. Wheeler took apart another camera, and that's a large format focusing screen of some kind. Different Graflex lens piece minus a lens board. Visually, this is kind of neat. Somebody's going to start shooting film with this Graflex 22. What else here? Big lenses, little lenses. Now sometimes we'll get items that we got to catch, like this one, this data back. You can see on the corner has some sticker residue. We try to catch that stuff either before we list it, which is good because then it doesn't get in the picture, and I do some of that cleanup on stickers and such. Or after the fact, we're going to catch this one. The person actually said something, and Wheeler responded to him that it's just sticker residue, so hopefully that's what it is. We just have one item we can't find. We'll do that. That still happens time to time. A lens hood, a strap for $50 from some camera. So all these are bits and pieces and lenses and cameras and good stuff. A lot of it depends what we're listing in the previous 3 to 6 weeks, because that stuff, the best items sell out quickly, and then over time we reduce the prices one way or another. Not sure how we're going to do it now. And then some of the other good stuff we just overpriced, and it takes some time to sell out. So I'm going to find this other item and get this lens back cleaned up. And then we've got another batch of orders that is camera stuff that I listed and non-camera stuff, a few items from that too. So when it's all said and done, we'll get this stuff all out. Swim lessons this morning, storm recovery. We had to take a bunch of limbs to the side of the curb there. I guess they're doing a special pickup today. The front that moved through here on Saturday that ended my vlog with our electricity being out. We had electricity out for close to 4 hours. Apparently the front end of that storm had such a blast of wind that it knocked out some power lines and put trees and branches down on power lines, and it took them a while to restore the electricity in our area. They had to go systematically grid by grid, which there's not too many grids or sections here in Colby, but there's 5 or 6, and I guess we were towards the end of the list. They did a pretty good job. The front came through with at least a 50 mile an hour or 60 mile an hour blast, and it was a blast sort of from no wind to, you know, limb snapping wind. We get that from time to time. Okay, let me do this. We got to go to swim lessons, running, be back in the shop. Okay, we've got 3 totes and a few stragglers. We'll take a day like that. When you get lulled to sleep by a couple slow days, orders, you'll take anything that looks like that. So certainly not complaining. It's nice to have 30 orders or whatever going out, and for the most part these were, I would say, above average. Some of the things that we're listing, and part of our strategy is to have Wheeler list all the solid items, the $50, $60, $70, $80 item starts to become an average item in our inventory for camera stuff. Those things, I don't know if they take a little longer to sell, but you certainly have to keep lumping them in there, so that's good. Come on, van, you can make it. There you go. I had a Nikon new in box camera underwater housing that sold on Amazon for 130 bucks, and that kind of item's interesting because it's a couple camera models back. When they originally sold, it was like $800 for this, so the thing is completely over-engineered for water, underwater. It's Nikon brand, which of course is a good brand, good solid brand. And they started on Amazon at $199, and I think they've been on there a while at that price and not selling. So eBay showed them at about 100, selling on and off at about 100. There's a few new ones out there. They always make too many of those kind of thing. And so I put mine at 189, and then I trickled it down to 159, and then I trickled it down to 139, and it either sold at 129 or 139. And I wanted to move it out fast enough, first of all because summer's here and diving has a limited summer period for the most part in the United States. And I wanted to move it out because it's timely. Pretty soon people are going to abandon those cameras and go to newer cameras. So I feel, oh, they're pulling. We had a lot of storm damage. Everybody's pulling their branches still to the curb. Farmers are trying to get some bit of their crops in, and it's kind of busy around town these days. Summer's always busy around town in a farming town like this. So I kind of feel today is a make it or break it day as far as listing. Wheeler and myself put the last 2 weeks pedal to the metal, and Saturday night with the power outage and Sunday, we took Sunday off. It was just enough of a breather where I just feel starting up again today was hard. It's almost like your second week of super exercise program, or your second week of a hard new job or something like that. It's just same kind of thing. Third week is like the reality hits. So we got reality hitting today. I know Wheeler is still getting organized today. He should have some good things in the hopper. I've got some reasonable things that I can list in the hopper, and then I just have to get the same old crank started where I put stuff away, bring new stuff out, have Kate picture it, on with the treadmill. Let's put this stuff in the post office. All right, back in the shop, doing some miscellaneous things. End of month, I've got to do some bookkeeping calculations. I've got to calculate our sales so I can pay Wheeler on commission. And you know, every once in a while I got a free moment, so I've been researching this promotions manager. Maybe somebody can confirm this or point me to a video that really explains the inside and outside of this thing, so I don't have to scramble around. But it appears to me that my 10-day listings aren't going to work very well for running sales either. The only channel we use 10-day listings is our main camera channel, and the reasons I've done that is every 10 days we reduce the price by 5%. It's just part of a strategy that I've put together. All our other channels I run 30-day listings. I've always felt that the 10-day channel gives you a bump when things are listed. It gives you another bump when things are about to end. So you get those 3 extra bumps in sales, urgency to buy over a 30-day listing. So I like that. The reducing strategy, I mean, I can apply that on any kind of listing. So I think what they're saying is when you list something or relist something new, or you relisted, it's a new item and you got to wait 14 days. So if you have 10-day listings, you never get to 14 days and you never get to run a sale. Oh, wow. I've also read some other stuff about, you know, some other sales practices and adding things up high and bringing things down low and blah, 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 price fixing and reasons to do this, and some are excluded, and you know, they're going to make money on selling advertising, and you know, there's a lot of, I wouldn't call it misinformation, but there's a lot of information out there. So I'm trying to come up with a strategy that puts my items to the top of any search list and sells my items. You know, there is one thing that negates most of this. Buy good stuff, list good stuff. Pick well, list often. Pick well, list often. I think that's the #1 thing. I'll have some more ideas on what we're going to be doing, but just have to experiment and keep listing good stuff. All right, that box is going to be open next. There's a couple big boxes hanging on that corner over here that are pretty much not much left in there. I probably should clean those up. These lenses came out of the freezer. I need to shelve those. And then number 1, 2, all the way through 10, I need to fill those up with some new items for Kate to picture. So, oh, gotta keep plugging. One other problem with our new area is I have a lack of space. I have more metal shelves like this. I just have no place that's climate controlled that I can put them in. This 5-decker place here, now I do have some shelves that I can put in between. If you have another shelf here, that's great if you don't have to get in there and see the stuff in the back, but it's hard to dig to the back. So really it's sort of a solution. This whole 5-tier area was all camera bodies last fall. We sold virtually all of those, over 100 of them in a few months going into the new year. And then we started listing some lenses, and we had this thing all full of lenses. Now it's about 50% lenses, and we've got some higher end camera cases and some jingles, and some cameras have snuck in here, and some lotted up camera bodies, and some other twin reflex cameras. And so I can get banana peeler in on this, but what happens is we move so much stuff, and what we have shifts so much that it becomes a rat's nest too quick, and I just don't have enough shelving to say that this area is always dedicated to lenses, because I sell out all my lenses, I got something else to put there. So, and now I got very little place to go for these lenses, and another 2 totes that are coming out of the freezer tomorrow. So I got to shift stuff around. Okay, so our last trip up to the storage unit, we were up in that area, and we sent home 10 or 12 boxes. This was one of them that we sent home, and it's a mixed bag. What I wanted to do is just send home stuff that I could ship home, so lighter stuff, bulkier, just to make room in the storage unit for some other stuff. So this thing is just a complete crazy mixed bag, from things like slide tray pieces that are probably worth virtually nothing. There's some film in there that's worth some money. Don't know. These are like, some are filters and some are just holders, and so we have to spread these all out and go through them. There's money in this box, but most of it's lot up and or throw away. There's like this cute little mint box camera. Because of its size, it probably goes for a few bucks. There's, you know, a Nikon matte camera in there that could go for a little money. This is really interesting. I haven't looked it up, but it's some sort of a Minox, which is this miniature spy camera. I have no idea what this thing is, but it's Bakelite and it's pretty neat. It's a collector's item. A contameter from Contact, Zeiss Icon. Again, this could be a bust, but looking at it, I'm thinking 50 bucks. So a real mixed bag. There's like a film viewer in there. I'll have to decide A, if it works, B, if it's worth wiping down and cleaning up. Typically those can sell anywhere from nothing to you know, 80 bucks for any of them that are in really good condition. And then there's a few brands that go for bigger bucks. Again, here's a filter set. I noticed with this one there's Topcon stuff in there, so these have to be going through. There's going to be little doodles in there. There's a Topcon piece that's probably at least $14.99, and so we'll have to dump that out and go through it too. I need to get Wheeler down here and try to get him to remove the stuff that he wants to list and put all his knowledge on and put our guarantee behind and all that. And then the rest of it, I get the I get the rest of the flex, where we just sell it out on our Lots of Camera Stuff channel and try to get some money moving and get the lower end of the dollar. So we have a higher end of the dollar channel and we have a lower end of the dollar channel, and I get to work a little bit in both of them, but I work mostly in the lower end stuff, move it out, sort it out, get it rolling. Manager of throughput, that's what it is. Okay, well, this is gonna go for Wheeler, or at least we're gonna wait till we get a huge lot of that, or I consult him or whatever. There's his tote of really good stuff, and I'm left with mostly bits and pieces, as I imagined. Well, we continue to sort of spar. It's not really fighting, it's sparring over some of this stuff, mainly because he's in love with camera stuff and I'm not. I see dollar signs and he sees dollar signs slash I'm in love with it all. So we balance each other out. Can I go there? I don't know. Okay, I've got 10 more items for Kate. Most of these I was able to get an idea of what they're going to sell for. If I had to average the 10 I have here, I'd probably say it's safe to say close to 20 bucks plus shipping. This one's an unknown. I can't find anything about it. However, some items with this Labo 6 name do sell, so I'm going to just put this thing out there at a moderate price and track watchers, questions, looks, all that kind of stuff. I was able to plug it in. It's some sort of a light meter with an extension, some sort of a higher end one, and it does have the instructions, so who knows, I don't know how I got away with listing that. I thought Wheeler would love that. He just likes those little itty bitty box cameras. That one's in pretty good shape. Carousel stack loader. I was surprised that these sell at all, just because most things having to do with slides are good door stops, but this is the thing that feeds them in and out, and I believe it's missing on slide projectors and or they wear out. So safe light thing, little do jigger. Wheeler and I got in a fight over that. He wanted to list that, and I said, you know what? I can identify that. Let me list that. So somehow that ended up here. Oh my gosh, such a negotiator I am. So in the back of my mind, I'm getting ready for the Q&A tonight. We're after supper already. I need to meet with Kate and go over these items briefly, get her going on those. I need to list. I haven't started listing for today, so I think I've got 10 or 12 or 13 items I can get through in an hour or a little bit more. And then I think I'm going to have to print out some questions and get ready for the question and answer. Where are we going to do it? That's the first question. Well, as of close of business, close of month, Saturday, end of June, there is where we are at. 32,456 listed, 613 listings. We're up a few bucks on the dollars and up 2 listings on the number. 13 days in. Thanks to this guy.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. What's going on back there?
Back where?
Oh, your foot is in the door. How do you do that from over there? That's pretty crazy.
Pretty good.
How do you reach it over there?
My shoe.
Oh, it's your shoe. I thought it was your leg.
Yeah.
Pretty good trick if you can get your leg from there under there without me seeing to holding the door.
Yeah, it would be pretty
Maybe there's somebody back there.
Yeah.
So what are you working on? I got my listings done.
Getting some listings going.
Oh my gosh, it's pretty late to get them going.
Yeah, it is.
Whew.
Yep.
We better talk about this off camera. This could be a rough deal.
It is.
I don't know. Feel like staying up late?
I don't know. Sometimes.
So we need. Oh my gosh, I can tell you're monotone. So do you need to do something else, or are we going to do this question and answer thing tonight?
Ready for the Q&A thing.
Okay. Well, I guess I'll go wrap up my video and then I'll come talk to you about it.
Yep.
So you're working on Leica stuff?
Yep. Bunch of like accessories.
Anything yummy?
Should be some pretty good stuff.
Anything fun?
Yep.
Anything big bucks?
Should be.
Could be, should be, would be?
Yep.
Feel like all you do is list?
Not really. I was outside earlier. That's why I'm not done yet.
Oh.
Outside for an hour.
You like to work with camera stuff.
Oh yeah.
What's the name of your channel anyway? Probably
Wheeler.
It's Wheeler?
Yep. It's changed to Wheeler. I'm not sure if you can still look it up because it's weird. It didn't seem to update very quickly, but you should be able to look it up.
Your YouTube channel is Wheeler?
Yep. You should just change it to, or you should put it on your little links or whatever.
Yeah, I removed all my links.
Yeah.
I got scaled down.
Yep.
Okay.
Search up Wheeler and go under channels. It'll show it up here somewhere.
There you go.
No, it still doesn't. I don't know. It's YouTube stupid, but
Maybe just on your end.
yeah, no, it doesn't trouble my end. It's weird.
Well, never mind. Forget his channel. Alright, going down in my dungeon for the final send-off. I can find some quiet and some alone time down here. It's the only place in the house. We still have nightly computer time, so the kids are occupied for a few more minutes. Working at home, boy, you gotta know when to hold them and when to fold them. Okay, so I got my 11 listings listed tonight. Nothing spectacular, a few $100s. That is depressing. I like listing more money. I'm gonna have to find some things in our inventory that I can get some more dollars out of. I've got to help Wheeler either with dollars or items. I've got 10 over here for tomorrow. That won't be a problem. I can get that listed. I'm gonna have to find some other things around the shop. There's one thing in the garage, a couple things in the garage. There's some typewriters over there. These sound like big dollar things, don't they? I'm gonna have to find some stuff either locally or in my back room, or I do have some lots. So my priority is to keep Kate busy and keep these single units going out. I'm gonna have to get a little more ambitious. I've got a good size lens cap lot. I've got a good size filter lot. I've got a good, probably a couple lots there. I've got a good size camera neck strap lot. I guess continuing to spend time in getting Wheeler the really good items to list is going to be important. And then I just got to keep I got to keep putting out the numbers that I can put out and help out. If the roles were reversed, I would not mind for 6 or 8 hours a day. I probably would do it in 6 hours a day, maybe 8. I probably would just go a couple shifts of 3-4 hours and be done for the day, and then I wouldn't have anything to do the rest of the day. My day wouldn't be drawn out, and I would list like Wheeler does, and I would get my 30-40 listings, and if they were $60, $70, $80 average, that's what I would do. Who would do what I do? Who would be the director of throughput? Make sure it all gets done, make sure there's nothing falls through the cracks, make sure the ship is sailing. I don't know. Question and answer coming up tomorrow. I'm gonna go pull some questions and some discussion topics that have been brought up. We'll try to hit on those, Wheeler and I. That should be a good show. And then, I don't know, maybe Wednesday, maybe I'll do a June recap or something like that. I haven't recorded anything on the computer screen with my audio for months and months and months, so I'd have to figure that out or figure something else, another way to do it. It's not that big a deal. I think we still have a microphone to do that. It's been months and months and months. But we did sell some cool items in June. I might show those off. Otherwise, it may just be a normal vlog on Wednesday. And then maybe I'll do the June thing a little later in the week or not at all. Okay. Pick well and list often. And if you're trying to get momentum, double it. Dealer out.
Hey, Wheeler.
Dealer Production.